Twice this week, I was brought to tears sobbing. Okay, I was sobbing. It wasn't tears, it was sobs. Oh my gosh, I couldn't hold it back. Tears rushing down my face, off my chin, choking on my sobs. Like deep, deep crying. And both times I was out in the world. Once I was in my neighborhood, and the other I was at a coffee or drinking coffee on these picnic tables outside of the convenience store by my house. And I was on foot one time and on bicycle another, and I was just out there, okay? And I couldn't hold it back. And I needed to release it so badly. You know that feeling when you don't even care to hold it back. You don't even care who sees it. You just have to let it go. That's what I felt both of these times. And it makes it sound perhaps like I've had a bad week. I haven't had a bad week. It's been a rich week. I'll call it rich. But I was sobbing. And the time I was at the convenience store, I ended up getting up from the picnic table and grabbing my bicycle, and I started just like walking it home. And I stood on the corner to cross the road, holding my bike, holding my coffee, sobbing. Couldn't hold it back. And I didn't care. I didn't care if anyone saw me. I didn't care if they judged me. And the thing is, they weren't judging me. That's what I realized. It was so real and raw. I feel like moments like that help heal something in the world. Just feeling whatever you're feeling. Not even needing anything from anyone. People could see it, people could not see it. You know, no one needed to extend a hand. It just needed to flow and flush, and I needed to release it. And it felt so good, it felt so necessary. It was what I was feeling, and I just happened to be out in the world both times. And I will say, when I was walking through my neighborhood, I did see my neighbor, and she was kind of like heard something happening, and she came out and then turned around. She didn't want to interfere, but I called her name and just cried, okay? And when it's so deep, you're not even embarrassed because it's just happening. It's just life. And I was thinking about it because the fact that I cried like that and just did it when I needed to do it out in the world, because that's when it happened. I don't feel the pent up energy of those moments that led to me crying, because it was released through the tears. And that's why I sit here right now and I think it's interesting, because I don't feel like I've had a bad week, even though those were really hard, intense, big moments, because it really was released through my tears and through my crying and like sobbing, And the fact that people saw, I think it's good for the world just to be honest, just to be yourself, whatever that is, really happy, really sad, angry, confused, curious, whatever it is. I think people we all need the true, pure emotions of people, because people can feel it too. They can feel what you're feeling. And it's important to feel, I just thought that was interesting. I was like, I don't feel like I've had a hard week. It feels rich and full. And those were just moments, and then they were released, and then it's kind of on to the next.